You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for May 26th through the 30th. Kristina's freaking out. Drew is taunting everybody, and the nurses' ball explodes with massive fallout. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, hit that subscribe button. And as we always do on Early Edition Day, we talk about what is coming the rest of this week. So on Wednesday, May 21st, the ball is really getting started, and Lois is on Lulu's radar. Of course, she wants to tell Dante about Gio and that Brook Lynn and Lois lied to him, which she's off the mark on 50% of that. But Lulu has told Cody she needs some proof. How can she get it? Because everything seems to be blowing up this week. So maybe Lulu overhears something at the nurse's ball that convinces her she's got the goods and is free to blab to Dante. Meanwhile, Joss chews Willow a new one at the nurse's ball. She's laying into her about trying to snatch Michael's kids away from him. And of course, this is all Carly's doing, which Josslyn knows. So yeah, but Michael seems to be on the way back. So he may be there to confront Willow himself or try to work things out peacefully. Kristina is in utter shock that Alexis knows she tried to kill Ava and almost killed Rick and Liz as a result. And Alexis is going to tell her that, yeah, by the way, I know you did it, and Rick and Ava have proof that you did it. And I do wonder if Alexis is going to go ahead and just clean the slate, tell her everything. Obviously she's going to tell her, this is why I was trying to have you committed, was to try and stop criminal charges. And instead, once again, I'm covering for you and I'm paying blackmail. The nurses' ball really kicks off. All the talent begins. Lucy is taking the stage to host. There's a few issues. Will Chase get back in time to do some tangoing? Looks like he might. She promises it'll be a night no one will ever forget, and I believe that is going to be accurate. Curtis, meanwhile, tells Portia that what is going on could destroy everything, and it looks like an uncomfortable conversation about Drew. Sonny tells ADA Turner that nobody is going to run him off. I hope this is not Sonny and this woman, kind of doing some kind of hate flirting. I don't want to see him in another bad romance with somebody in law enforcement or the DA's office. We've had so many of them, none of them have ever worked out. Thursday, May 22nd, Ned and Olivia warn someone, maybe Drew, for framing Tracy, knowing he will face her wrath, or maybe it's Chase for arresting her at the ball. Lots of things to consider. Vaughn gets to meet Carly. She may figure out he works for Jack, and then if she sees him hanging around Josslyn, that could be weird. The nurses' ball is in full swing still on Thursday. Life-changing truth bombs explode. Maybe Lulu got the info she needs and feels comfortable blowing up things. Brianna Edie is this year's guest artist performing at the nurses' ball. She will be performing on Thursday's episode. Drew is feeling super smug, like the king of the world. He has gotten Tracy in handcuffs. Willow is on his arm, and her new haircut is super cute. And all his devious little ducks are in a row, but unbeknownst to him, Michael is on his way back to town. That's going to shake up everything that Drew has been plotting and reveal some of what he's done. Curtis makes a big decision. Is he going to fight back against Drew and ignore the threats, or is he going to, dump Portia? He may still help her fight Drew anyway. Both things can be true. Then on Friday, May 23rd, Carly gets an offer. Maybe it's from Jack. Maybe it's about the custody case. Mac is feeling relieved. Maybe Tracy got bail and she is out of the PCPD, because I'm guessing Mac does not want to listen to her mouth. Maybe he's just relieved because they throw her down in a holding cell. We'll see. But I am enjoying the Tracy versus Drew stuff. I know she's going to win in the end, though, right? Meanwhile, something has Trina worried. Maybe it's her nurse's ball performance, but I think more so it might be that Kai is pushing himself too much, too fast, too far, right after this risky surgery. By the end of the week, the nurses' ball acts have finished and lives will never be the same after at least one major secret, possibly more, are exposed. The truth about Gio seems most likely to blow up, but we'll find out by Friday. And speaking of Friday, Jason gets a mysterious phone call. Is it going to be recast Michael calling to say that he is back in town? Because he's on the jet, seems likely to be him. And May 26th through the 30th, it looks very likely that we are going to get to see Michael after months of his being gone. So the guy sitting on what looked to be a private jet, watching the nurse's ball on a tablet, is likely the actor replacing Chad Duell. More importantly, this guy was watching Drew and Willow. So it's just a very strong possibility that is Michael. And he's swooping in to surprise everyone. Hopefully we'll get a glimpse of his face by the end of week 1, but probably week 2. Meanwhile, Kristina is facing a decision. We just saw Alexis finally blurt out to her that she knows she tried to kill Ava. And with all that coming out, Kristina has to decide, is she going to let Alexis continue to pay the consequences for her or do the right thing and turn herself in? Maybe that Shady Brook plan is going to still be on the table. Portia is going to be terrified that her marriage to Curtis is over and done with, just as Isaiah overheard her saying behind closed doors. Maybe he's going to offer her some comfort. Tracy fires shots back at Drew. Of course, Tracy didn't do it, and she knows Drew has framed her. So it seems like that last request Drew paid Brad the extra $500K for was probably for him to steal one more vial of ketamine and plant it in Tracy's car. It's pretty clever, but Tracy's not going to take this lying down. BLQ has to face the music and not nurses' ball music. Next week, we should probably be seeing fallout about the Gio secret that has been simmering for way too long. Brook Lynn's going to have to explain things, but you know what? Lulu's going to have to explain some things as well. The biggest people that are going to be in the hot seat, obviously, is Lois, who is in town, and Grandma Gloria, who is back in Bensonhurst, where Lois is probably going to be thrown back to soon. Lulu and Cody are probably going to have to pay some consequences for either butting out or not coming to Dante much earlier and instead basically conspiring against Brook Lynn. And Cody is really probably going to be in some trouble because he is both Dante and Brook Lynn's friend, and Lulu isn't his friend, his new friend. But Lulu, as we all know, is doing this for selfish reasons, no matter what she said. Molly is going to be comforting Cody, and she may herself need some comfort from Cody. Once all the Kristina stuff spills, Dante's going to be left struggling, Gio's going to be crushed, and Carly has to defend some of her recent actions.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.